Good day, my lovelies. How are you? Well, it is me, the Stephanie Nicole, and we are back with part 2 of How Postpartum Depression Nearly Destroyed Me. And this is part 2 of the test results came back, and they came back abnormal. Before I go any further, I just like to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for everyone who has watched, has sent warm messages to me about helping me get through my postpartum depression. I appreciate you. I see you. And if I can make more people aware of what postpartum depression does to women, that is my ultimate goal. So thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Lock it down, but I told her to pass the key. You gotta slow it down, girl, you moving too fast for me.
All right, so the test results came back and it says abnormal. And being that I got a full hormonal panel done, it showed that where one of the test results was when the range was supposed to be between 0.00 to 9.0, mine was over 730. Yes, you heard me correct. 730, where it's supposed to be 0.0 to 9.0. So when I tell you my body was literally screaming, it was screaming, Stephanie, there is something wrong. Another hormone test came back and it showed that where it's supposed to be between 0.0 again to 9.0, it was over 550. Gotta love those triple digits. And then another antibody showed that it was supposed to be between 0.0 to 4.0. It was over 36. So again, my body was completely out of whack. And what that ended up telling my doctor was that I had Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune deficiency in some ways. And so she wanted me to go see an endocrinologist. I had to be honest, guys, I really don't want to because I don't want to get on medication. But if it's for my health, then absolutely, I'll do whatever it is that they want me to do. But I really don't want to go because I just don't want to add medication to my everyday life. I mean, I just don't want that. So I asked for holistic, ways of how I could bring my hormone levels down. And of course, the first one is diet. Not a problem. I could do the diet. Exercise. I'll get to it. Look, I can diet like the best of them, but when it comes to exercising, and also being a veteran, my knees are messed up. My back and my knees are messed up. So there's only so much that I can do. But it's not going to stop me. I'm going to get it in. I am going to get it in because I got to get this baby weight off. The third thing was getting proper sleep. So getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night. Well, I have a 6-month-old. That ain't happening. Unfortunately, Pop is not at the point to where he sleeps through the night, I wish that was the case, but he doesn't. So as soon as he sleeps through the night, honey, I can get those 6 to 8 hours. And then the final one was being stress-free as possible. Once again, with everything that's going on in my life, I don't see how that is possible. But I will try my very best. So that is what we're going to do, guys. We are going to diet. We are going to exercise. We are going to rest. And I think just resting as far as meditating, praying, and just being still for moments at a time and not just always going is what's going to help and make a difference, I also believe when it comes to the whole stress management thing that I just have to, one of my favorite sayings is, I don't stress over things I can't control. And lately I haven't been living up to my own motto. And so I did need to do that. I need to not stress over things that I cannot control. and that's including people. And that's what I'm going to do. I am going to prioritize me. I'm going to prioritize my health. I know as moms, it's very hard for us to do that. We always seem to put our children first, our families first, before our own needs. And when I had my daughter, I did that. When I was raising my daughter, I did that. I made so many sacrifices as a parent should for the betterment and the well-being of their child's life. And most of the time putting my own needs, wants, and dreams and aspirations on hold. And one of the things I vowed to myself that I was going to do differently with my son was that I wasn't going to be consumed with being a mom. That's why I'm going back to school. That's why I'm relaunching my business and my nonprofit, is because I just don't want to be consumed, because I'm not just one-dimensional. I'm not just someone's mom. I am a resilient, capable, I no longer want to be labeled as strong, especially strong Black woman. I need rest, as the test results say. And so with that, I'm just going to have to prioritize me and my health and what's best for me. But not neglecting my son at all, or my daughter either, my children. Not neglecting them at all, but making sure that they have a healthy, happy mother that is going to live on this earth for the next 40, 50 years, God willing, right? And so with that, I also had to hold myself accountable, but I want you guys to hold me accountable too. I want to be held accountable saying, Stephanie, did you walk today? One of the things I read about when doing, looking at the alternatives as far as what I can do to regulate my hormones is walking 15,000 steps a day. So just walking, right? And so being connected with people on the fitness app and seeing, are we meeting our goals? Meeting up with my girlfriend and seeing, are you on the app? Are you tracking your nutrition, right? And so those are the things that I have to do in order to get back to where I need to be, because I feel so out of whack. I don't feel like myself. I feel like, once again, pivoting and transitioning is just taking such a toll, and I've lost myself along the way. And so regaining me back is what I want and need to do, because my health depends on it. So that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to prioritize ourselves, especially us mothers. We're going to prioritize ourselves. I know it's hard. And I know that sometimes it can seem selfish, but sometimes being selfish is selfless, because you have to pour into yourself, because no one else is going to do it. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not. It doesn't matter if you have friends or family around you or not. You have to pour into you, and you have to make you happy. So that is what we are going to do. All right, my lovelies. I am going to, what's next? I think the layoff story. So as I go through this journey of restarting my business, I have to talk about the things that happened along the way. And one of those things was being laid off. Not once, but twice. Okay? All right, my lovelies. Again, I thank you. I appreciate you. And one of the things I want to tell you guys, be the exception to the rule. I know I am. All right, my lovelies. Good day.